Da 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 da. Anyway, can you guys hold? Wait a second. I didn't think I set everything up. Discord. Yeah, okay, actually it looks like everything is set up. I'm slowly losing my mind, so it's fine. Hi everybody, Cherry is sick. Cherry is so sick, she's almost referred to herself in the third person using her legal name. So, here's the dealio, kiddos. We probably aren't gonna make the full 2 hours just tonight. Because I am, of course, sick on my fucking day off of work. I don't
like
think
I said, it's very considerate of your illness to not make you sick while you're working. Because that would just be too much.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Why would I want to just use... Get red... I hate it here. Anyway, I should have expected it to happen. I always get sick after New Year's. Specifically after New Year's. I got COVID, the vid one of the years, and then I got the throw-ups the next year, and then this year, I haven't thrown up yet, but I feel like shit today.
You got the vid, you got the throw up, you got the shits.
Yeah. Pretty much. Alright, so what does this mean? This means I don't think I can do any voices today. So you're gonna have nasally Cherry narrating all the latest stuff.
Ryder just has allergies.
So anyway, where we last left off, Saber just set off after Ryder from up the side of the building because, you know, spectacle fights here in Fate. So as the Shirou do, I think we need to follow her because
I agree.
Every idiotic like decision we have made so far has worked out for us. So
if someone isn't chasing after the blonde-haired girl shouting Saber, it's not a Fate series.
Yeah.
I can't just watch and do nothing. An even footing prevents Saber from gaining ground on Ryder. The two clash in the air, rushing up to the rooftop. Oh, the rooftop! If Ryder came flying down from the top of the building, chances are Shinji is there. We have two possible ways to win our fight against Ryder. Either we defeat her directly, or we defeat her master. But whatever it is, it has to be before she deploys her noble phantasm.
Quick, Shirou, go pretend that you belong in this office building and ride the elevator all the way up.
I need you to look dead inside. While Saber's fighting Ryder, there's only one thing I should be doing.
Interlude.
It's gonna be Renan. You're gonna have to say a whole bunch of stuff.
The two shadows climb upwards. They continue to distance themselves from the ground, gaining more and more altitude. Neither needs proper footing, and they just kick their way up along the wall.
I think this is just a generic narrator. If you want me to, I can read these lines.
Okay.
If you want.
No, I need to do it. I need to get through this. As it happens, they clash countless of times, all before they reach the top. For anyone watching from the ground, they'd probably think they were seeing a game of pinball. Pinball? I doubt they'd be able to follow two with the naked eye.
This came out in 2004. That space pinball game was on everyone's computers.
It's like a deadly circus act. The collisions are barely invisible to normal human beings. Saber had no desire to be a part of this crazy circus act. Hey, Saber.
They didn't have circuses in my time,
Yeah.
probably.
Saber, listen. Who are you to judge what circus act to be a part of? I'm sorry, would you rather be in Fate Grand Order right now? Because I'm telling you, that stuff is way more about wacky than here.
It's like, I don't do circuses, I only do carnivals.
She may be a servant, but she can't fly through the sky. She might be able
So
to
she
run
can't
up
beat
along.
Goku.
She might be able to run up along the building's wall, but that's it. This is no
We
better.
need to do a tier list of, like, characters in Fate who could beat Goku.
Yeah.
At some point.
There is no better than a free fall for her. She alternates between kicking off from the building before she loses momentum and is slowing to let gravity take hold of her. It may be no exaggeration to say she's falling into the sky. Now that she's started, she'll continue all the way up to the rooftop. And in that entire journey, if her opponent hits her, she'll be hurled to the ground. But it seems the laws of gravity do not apply to the enemy, to the opponent that Saber has to defeat. The streak of purple shoots across the side of the building in pursuit of Saber, while Saber focuses on reaching to the roof. Gravity has no hold on Ryder. She leaps around effortlessly, moving in and from all directions, up, down, left, right,
B,
up,
A.
down, A, B, start. Anyway,
Start.
to strike at Saber. Her long
Death by
hair.
motherfucker Konami.
Yeah.
Konami.
Her long hair trails out behind her like a comet's tail, and she looks like a snake wrapping itself around a log. Interesting choice of words there.
Also, her hair is like super fucking long
Yeah.
in that, in this shot.
Yeah. Gah. Saber's feet touch the wall, and she leans sideways to kick the wall, aiming for the edge of the building. Saber suddenly shoots out at a right angle to her previous trajectory. Not one of the attacks finds its mark. Ryder is simply no match for Saber's raw power. Saber shakes Ryder off with a single kick and then kicks upward towards once again to when she reaches the building's side. She aims herself upward. If Ryder is like a serpent coiling around the building, Saber is like a bursting spark. But it looks like Ryder might have predicted her moves. The distance between them remains the same. Ryder continues along the side of the building, not letting Saber open any distance between them. She strikes every time Saber has to take a step. Saber fends off with the blade. I just like to imagine that right at this moment while we're doing this narration scene, Shirou is just, sitting, he's just standing there in the elevator, listening to the elevator music.
he's just like, come on!
Yeah. She fends Ryder off with her blade and jumps to put some space between them. Though she's able to fend off Ryder's coiling pursuit, there's only so much she can do in the air. Where before they had no contest in their combat ability, they are now more evenly matched. Neither has an attack that can bring this to a close. No, Ryder is withholding her own deadliest attack. Every time Saber leaps at Ryder, Saber fends off her attack but never counterattacks. Ryder is only keeping Saber at bay as she makes her way to the rooftop. Do you not intend to fight, Ryder? Saber curses at her cowardly enemy. To a knight like Saber, a fight like this is good as an insult. Because she identifies as a knight. Such a thing should involve both opponents giving their all in their clash. This is a great insult to our identity as a knight for you not to put 100% into the fight. By that belief, Ryder's actions are disrespectful. I can't do right. I can't go that low tonight. You're gonna have to listen to normal Chariot's voice, because I just tried to go low and I'm like, oh, my throat hurts. What do you mean I can go low? I can't go low. I'm already slumped over in my chair. I can't get lower than this.
Hold your nose.
Okay, I'm holding my nose. Boo-foo, it appears you don't like heights, Saber.
There was no difference.
I told you, because my nose is... Oh. I can't... No! smell anything right now, Azure. My nose is clogged. Ryder's voice is cool. She's right, Saber is clearly not used to fighting in the air. This is probably a first for her, actually. Knights are meant to fight on solid ground.
Or on motorcycles.
They're not supposed to cling to walls like her opponent. Your proud sword won't do any good here, but do not worry, I will give you your rest soon. Ryder moves up. I feel terrible that I can't do her voice thing, guys, and I'm like, I hate it when I can't do voices.
You want me to try doing it?
You want to be sexy lady? Okay, you do it.
I can try.
Yeah.
I can try. We'll give it a try. Your proud sword won't do you any good here, but do not worry. I will give you your rest soon.
Based, Azure. Sometimes it takes a guy to be the best girl. Let's go.
I am officially best girl!
Yeah! Ryder moves upwards, her manner inviting. I believe in you, Blossom. Get those points. Get me to drink real water. God knows I should drink it. Don't worry, I've been chugging a ton of water all day. And tea. Because that's one of the few things that soothe my soul. I really should use this lozenge, but lozenges taste icky. Dot dot dot. Saber understands that though. At the end of this circus. Saber, please, you can't just keep calling everything a circus. Why don't we call it a rodeo instead?
Because there's a clown on the roof.
But then it could have been a rodeo instead. They'll still have clowns.
Saber doesn't know what a bowl is.
Yes, Ryder's ideal positioning must be waiting up there. Up above. No, yeah, Ryder's ideal position must be waiting up above. Ryder can't use her trump card so readily. Which is why she's luring her prey to a place where there'll be no interruptions, so they can settle this with her ultimate attack. As soon as she reaches the roof, she'll be in a difficult position. If Ryder's Noble Phantasm is exactly what Saber thinks it is, she won't have any defense against it. But there's no turning back now. We just can't ignore Ryder or her master. This isn't about defeating an enemy in the Holy Grail War. Saber must defeat Ryder here and now to protect her master. Because she has no other choice. This whole situation must be absolutely dumbfounding for her. She's probably thought more than once about not wanting to push her master to do anything crazy.
He just keeps doing stupid shit.
As I always said, if I ever had a son, Shirou would be like it. And I want to protect that son that I never had, that is Shirou. Oh, I just love the continuous joke where Saber refuses to acknowledge that she has a son.
It's like, girl. I had something. I think it was maybe like a hermit crab or something. It died, though.
The two continue gaining altitude. Their rapid flashes ring out across the building as the battle approaches its final destination. Ooh.
The final chapter.
Interlude out! And now that we're out of the interlude, Shirou is arriving at the top of the building. What? You're running up the stairs?
I think that this is the explanation. Damn! I said only go up to the 40th floor! I rush up the stairs while I complain. I managed to enter the building from the back, but the elevator doesn't go all the way to the roof.
Oh, okay. Well, there can't be more than 40 floors, Shirou, if it only goes up to the 40th floor.
Not necessarily.
Whoa.
I have to run up the remaining 10 flights of stairs.
There you go.
I've seen enough high-rise buildings in my occupation to know that the elevator doesn't always go all the way up to the roof. So many stairs. Climb the stairs as fast as I can. I'm not sure how long it's been since Saber and I split up. Probably less than 10 minutes, but that's too long. You never know how or when a battle will end. Even Saber's not perfect. She could make a mistake and get into trouble.
My ears are burning. I feel like I need to smack a bitch.
So, before that happens, if I can make Shinji use up his command spells, Ryder might stop fighting.
Yeah, there's a problem with that.
The harder I run, the more my still healing body aches. Sprinting around the building, then up the stairs has left me out of breath. I don't slow down. No, I speed up. Something about this has me worried. I'm not sure why, but my chest hurts. It's not a physical pain. Something is warning me of danger ahead.
No, I'm pretty sure that's all of the adrenaline going through you right now.
Saber can't win. There's something on this rooftop that shouldn't be faced.
The Shinji?
I try to shake this feeling off and focus on climbing the stairs. The wind is strong. The moment I open the door, the city's nightscape fills my field of vision. Scorch marks pock the concrete. And at its center, at the heart of the burned, scarred rooftop, Saber is on her knees. Saber!
Shirou, why are you here?
Saber's shoulders heave with her labored breathing. The moment I rush to her, I notice something strange floating up above me. Or rather, the sheer overwhelming amount of magical energy forces me to take notice. What? I look up towards the sky.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's probably just a bird.
I hear flapping wings. Something paler and more blinding white than the light of the moon hovers over me.
Everybody knows flying horses aren't real. That's impossible. Oh wait, never mind. We're in the world where
It is
where ghosts are fighting each other. Never mind.
legendary mystic I've only heard about in myth.
That is what a mystic means. Mystic. You're right about that, Shirou.
A little redundant, but correct. The moment she reaches the rooftop, Saber confronts her opponent's true form. Saber leans on her sword, exhausted, and looks up. The white light rushes toward her. Saber unleashes the wind that shrouds her sword, using it to create an invisible barrier. She goes flying backward. Her attempt to block the onrushing Pegasus fails to even slow it down. Force of the impact knocks Saber back, slamming her brutally into the ground. There's no time to be lying down. Pegasus turns mid-air and resumes its glide without so much as pausing. She can't possibly brace herself. Her only option is to try to evade. Even if she manages that, the after effects of its passage will chip away at her defenses. If this keeps up, it will hit her eventually.
Wow.
The white light streaks down toward her. Pegasus sails far overhead and knocks Saber backward before sweeping back into the skies. Saber can't possibly reach it. There are no walls she can kick off of, not up here. Even if she could, there's no way she could actually reach Pegasus.
I'll turn it off.
Come on, Saber girl. Despite her disadvantage, Saber waits for an opportunity to fight back. Pegasus it may be, but it's a living creature, so she should still be able to kill him if she can just get a chance. Our only opportunity for victory is if Ryder makes a mistake at the reins.
You got this, Saber.
This is a surprise. You are tougher than I expected. Ryder's voice comes from high above. Saber grips her sword tightly as she looks up. But is there any point of any of this? You have no chance of winning. If you are to disappear, I suggest you do it gracefully. Ryder's voice is calm. Even so, maybe this is Saber? Or no, it can't be, because we were just talking about Saber in third person. This must be Shirou. Okay.
Unicorn, Blossom, City Billy, this is the Pegasus.
This is the rare hornless unicorn?
Yeah.
Even so, I hear just the slightest bit of joy in it.
Disclaimer, Shirou does not support edible violence, and this is a flying horse. It is just.
I want to save everyone in front of me. That doesn't include animals.
No, it doesn't have a horn. This is a Pegasus that doesn't have a horn.
This is literally just a winged horse.
Yeah, just a winged horse.
The horn is extra.
Yeah.
Costs extra.
I expected you to have a phantasmal species, but I didn't expect you to have this, Ryder.
Phantasmal species. As the name suggests, it refers to creatures which exist within an illusion. Humanoids like fairies and giants. Demonic creatures like Oni and dragons.
All of which have existed in Fate Grand Order. Isn't that convenient?
Some of them you can even give head pats.
Some of them, even when you play as the main character, you accidentally slide down their boob cleavage. And it was just a fun day at the park for the main character. It wasn't even in a pervy sense. They just slid down. In this giant's defense, though, she doesn't have big boobs, so...
This is true.
Yeah.
Fate Extella, you horny bastards.
This is just a horse with chicken wings attached, true.
If they are considered mystics, that alone makes them superior to magecraft. It's the law of nature for mystics to be destroyed by other stronger mystics. In the same way my magecraft grows in power with knowledge.
Bruh, I got off work and there's a flying horse. What did I miss? A lot. Saber and Ryder were smacking each other. Ryder was forcing her to go up to the roof. She revealed she had this winged horse. We're talking about how mystics exist. They named titans and fairies and... Wait, is it Shakespeare a servant in Fate? Yes, he is. He is a very...
Hang on a second, I'm having audio issues.
Okay. Na mama. Mama. So yeah, Shakespeare, he's like a meta servant, as in, it seems like he does it as your crunchy AF. That's funny, I can't tell, because I'm losing I don't know words. Let me pop this lozenge in, because my throat be hurty. Carrie is no good, get it, maybe not feeling much better. I put the lozenge.
Sorry about that, my suddenly static, just constantly in my ears.
Is it good now? Guys,
it is.
Azure sound good? Cause he's sounding fine to me. But maybe it's my internet. Maybe I'm the problem.
The issue is not with the internet, the issue is with my hardware.
Oh. Okay.
I need a better audio cable that connects my speakers to my computer.
Understandable. Sounds good. Cool. Alright, so Shakespeare.
Okay.
Let's get back on that topic. Shakespeare, kind of like a meta servant. So he's not strong on his own, but he can write whatever he wants into existence, kind of. As long as it's something Shakespeare would do. Write himself onto the losing team of a Grail War? Yeah, he'd do that. He'd do that. Okay.
You better treat me nicely, or I'm gonna ship you
with
someone.
That is basically, that's being strong on his own. See, because of that, he had to be nerfed substantially, I believe. I think they took away that power. Anderson has a similar ability, but it has more to do with, like, he can turn a person into a protagonist, so to speak.
There's much more depression involved.
Yeah. Alright, so where we left it off, the same way Magecraft grows with power of knowledge.
Phantasmal species accumulate power from their longevity. Even if a human masters Magecraft, the most they can accumulate is about 500 years worth of it. Take a species that lived since the ancient times. There's just no contest between that and a mystic that's only 500 years old. And it's been a long, long time since humans and phantasmals existed in the same world. The longer the phantasmal has lived, the further it's distanced itself from the world.
That's some ETA protagonist. Weakest power is actually the strongest degeneracy. It's funny you say that because Anderson and Shakespeare have kind of become they've kind of become Dojin writers recently. Like they're in a writing team in Chaldea. Like they don't make like picture Dojins, they make like because they make fan works and stuff like that. But with, you know,
or at the very least they give their writings to Jalter.
Yeah.
And she does the drawing.
Yeah, so
yeah, I know that was one of the skits that they did for New Year's was a Jalter one with the Dojins. The only phantasmal species in the modern world are a scant few hundred years old. So Saber expected the phantasmal rider has as her mount to be only a few hundred years old.
You must be truly wicked if you thought to bring something from the Age of Gods here, Ryder.
Yes, I am different from you all. That is, I was merely an enemy for you. And so now, I control only the poor things you people cast out in the distant past.
I see. I knew there was something twisted about you. So you are a demonic spirit rather than a heroic spirit.
Curse me all you want. It doesn't matter. You won't be able to lay so much as a finger on my darling here. The Pegasus rests its heirs. That is not what that said. The Pegasus rests its wings in the air. It's a giant arrow aimed at Saber's heart, ready to fire at a moment's notice.
I like all the arguments we used to have about that Ryder shouldn't have this as her noble phantasm. But, you know, when has that stopped fate, really? We have more stuff to compare.
It is a noble phantasm.
Yeah, it is a noble phantasm.
Not the noble phantasm. She glares at the creature and thinks. Pegasus itself is not a powerful phantasmal species. A typical Pegasus is just a phantasmal that can only match a demonic beast in power. I don't know, having played Grand Order, that sounds like a pretty big feat to accomplish.
Why and how is a horse a weapon? It's not a weapon, it's a noble phantasm. Another popular writer from this series has a hippogriff as one of his noble phantasms, so.
This is true. Were that the case, it would be easy to defeat with Saber's invisible air alone. But it isn't the case.
Oh, Achilles has 3 horses for his noble phantasm. One of them talks. And as a joke, it pretends it can't talk. And then, which is hilarious because the MC goes, well, I've already heard it talk, so like I know it talks, so I don't know why you're so so intent on trying to make me believe you that it talks. But yeah, random things. Who else also has the is Xander's carriage pulled by bulls or horses? I can't remember.
It's pulled by some kind of, I think it's bulls.
Yeah.
But I mean, that in itself is a noble phantasm.
Yeah. That's a noble phantasm. The equestrian nonsense must cease. No.
I mean, doesn't Meb have a horse-drawn carriage for her noble phantasm?
Oh yeah, Meb also has a horse-born carriage. Let's see. There's a lot of horses and a lot of noble phantasms, mostly because, you know, that's just in general the regular thing that people tend to ride into battle.
Jedi horse from Calvin Klein.
Let's see. What other crazy things are in some people's noble phantasms?
I think that
Artoria gets a motorcycle in one of her alter forms. And
in another alter form, she has all the presents of the world that she uses as weapons.
Yeah. I think someone gets a jet.
I mean, he rides a jet.
Yeah.
I think that was Zero Berserker's thing, was that like whatever like he decided to make a weapon would just become a noble phantasm as long as he was using it.
Yeah. Anyway.
The Pegasus has existed since the Age of Gods and has long since reached the level of a phantasmal. The horse is nearing the level of the dragon race, considered to be the strongest of all phantasmals. At the very least, its defenses are probably already at the level of a dragon race. Elizabeth is just somewhere like she punches the wall and she doesn't know why. Since Pegasus possesses divine protection that exceeds even Saber's, whose magic's resistance is unparalleled. The way it glides through the air, trailing massive amounts of magical energy, is like a castle wall bearing down on Saber. It can't be possible to avoid or repel something like that. But something else is odd here. Ryder simply summoned Pegasus, and it has no true name of its own. To Ryder, Pegasus is little more than, say, a favorite dagger. And that means she has yet to use her noble phantasm. Even in her dire predicament, the possibility of defeat never enters Saber's mind. Is Shirou still narrating this?
I mean, we didn't switch, I don't think.
This is weird. Instead, she thinks her chance will come when Ryder really starts to get serious. Or maybe there's a third person here who we don't realize is there. And they're narrating.
Maybe.
Maybe it's like, wouldn't it? I mean, I could see it like Archer just like spying on them, watching this.
Maybe we're all narrating. Ooh.
You know what? I have no reason to think this, but I want to break out the voice. I'm doing this as Archer. Whatever Ryder's noble phantasm may be, it'll have no trouble destroying a building like this. She just needs to focus on defending herself, on staying alive. Then all she'll have to do is cut Ryder down as soon as an opportunity presents itself. Yes. If only her master hadn't showed up. Yeah, see, this can't be from Shirou's point of view.
So why didn't they let us know that it switched point of views? That's so weird.
I honestly think, I mean, thematically, I think it would be cool if that was Archer.
Yeah, that's Archer.
What? I look up towards the sky. Flapping wings. I hear flapping wings. We already did this. Something a paler and more blinding white than the light of the moon hovers over me.
Yeah, we've already been here, Shirou. Keep going.
It is a legendary mystic I've only heard about in myth.
Why are we losing ourselves, Shirou?
Pegasus? The identity of Ryder's noble phantasm. Could that be what scorched the rooftop and forced Saber to her knees? I see that Ryder is, as her class name suggests, riding a horse, tearing across the sky.
Who would have thunk that the names meant something?
What the? I shift my focus from Ryder. I thought I heard something. Shinji? I know you're here! Come on out! I can't tell how strong Ryder is while she's on Pegasus. All I can tell is that White Fiend has more magical energy in it than a few hundred mages could muster. No wonder the roof is a charred mess. That monster can destroy damn near anything around it just by running across it. If that thing charges up from the sky, even Saber won't be able to avoid it. Quit hiding! I came here like you asked, so show yourself! It's a race against time. I need to defeat Shinji. If I defeat the Master, Ryder will disappear. I hear the laughter. Shinji must be hiding somewhere. Shinji! Did you see that, Emiya? This is the difference between my power and yours. Only his voice echoes.
At the Ojo's Lava Man. Hi, Pinky. Welcome to the stream. Woo!
Woo! Fight down my impatience and try to focus on the sound of his laughter. Damn, the wind's so strong!
Rah.
I can't tell where the laughter's coming from. Sucks for you. This is what you get when you try to be all cool and act like it's all under control, dumbass.
Look.
Now do you understand?
Sorry.
Now do you understand that you have to go for the kill when you have the chance? Shinji! Don't rush. Let him talk. Let him talk all he wants. The more he talks, the better chance I have of finding him. But I'm not like that. You and your servant are done for, here and now. It's not like we're total strangers, you know? I still owe you one from yesterday, so I'll be merciful and kill you quickly.
Yes, please keep doing the evil monologue. I'd really appreciate it.
This is bad. Pegasus, still high up in the sky, tips its head towards Saber. The vortex of magical energy whirls faster, as if it knows no limit. If that thing comes down at us at full speed, it'll blow the entire roof apart. Don't worry, Emiya. You were a bit of a speed bump along the way, but I'll make sure those morons at school join you soon. And if you're still lonely after that, I'll send Sakura to join you too.
What? Add dick.
You? Shinji?
I mean, we already knew this, but like, it always still it's just amazing about how appalling his character is.
No, Ryder! Take the woman first. Don't leave a trace. Saber! A white comet streaks toward us. And at that moment, a storm rages around me. What? For the first time. I think we're back to... What's his name? For the first time, she forgets her enemy in battle. She is furious with her master for walking into this death trap. But she's also angry with herself for failing to anticipate him doing so. All those thoughts are cast aside now. Say, Shirou, as soon as we get home, I am buying you a baby grate. And
you're gonna get a large timeout, mister. No TV for a week. And you'll be forced to make me one of those lovely rice bowls that I love so much.
Even now, even in the midst of danger, she can only see concern for her well-being in his eyes.
Shirou.
He's always been like this, actually. He may have understood that she was an exceptional knight. But that's never how he saw her. It appears playtime is over, Saber. Ryder's giggling voice reaches her even now. Ryder touches Pegasus's neck with both her hands, and the beast's wings beat harder. Again, I don't know who is, supposed to be narrating.
Curse you,
phantasm.
You Natsu and your weird swift-shifting POVs, and you don't explain who's talking.
My noble phantasm is powerful, but it's not suitable to be used on the ground. If I use it, it'll draw attention. With other masters still around, I could not do so readily. But up here, there is no cause for worry. Did you understand that I brought you up here because it suited me? Something begins to form in Ryder's hands. It seems insignificant, really. A glittering golden rope.
Is that your noble phantasm, Ryder?
Yes, I'm actually Wonder Woman. Yes, distasteful though it is. My darling here is too kind, not fit for battle. And so, I need something like this to get them in the mode. Pegasus lowers its head. This feral nature is not inborn within the creature itself, but coaxed from it by Ryder's touch. Be gone, Saber. Even if you survive, your master has no chance. As long as your master dies, you will follow him, no? It is the inarguable truth. Ryder's noble phantasm will utterly destroy the roof. If she hurried, she might be able to carry Shirou away and escape. But Ryder won't stop at just destroying the rooftop. Her master is not strong enough to survive a collapsing building. Meaning, to protect her master, she will have to destroy her enemy, Pegasus and all.
Oh, dang.
She doesn't have time to think about whether this is the right thing to do. Saber glances one final time at her master, still some distance from her. He is doing his best to fill his role simply by gritting his teeth and keeping back.
Oh, wind.
The last of her hesitation fades. What is ahead no longer matters. All that matters is this moment, and in it, that she must be her master's blade, and defeat the enemy they now face. Go, Ryder! Get that woman first! Don't leave any trace of her!
Yeah, Shinji, if she's destroying the roof, aren't you also going to die?
Ryder's probably like, it's fine. I'm sure the command seals will just go back to their original owner. I mean, what? I hear the jarring, grating shout. In that moment, Pegasus ascends higher and vanishes from sight.
This is fine.
Pegasus flies up into the air. It's already lost its form. It rises up as if to shoot through the moon, and then continues its arc by flapping its wings, powering itself down to the ground. I believe this is what we see in the opening of this round. The blazing white comet streaks downward. It becomes an arrow of searing light, but Ryder continues urging it on. There's only one target. It intends to annihilate its enemy entirely, and the isolated garden in the sky along with it. Elaro. She speaks his name. If a noble phantasm is the miracle that is released by speaking its true name, it is divine lightning. A thunderous flash.
Garden in the sky? Question mark? Shh, don't worry about it. What? Hanging Gardens of Babylon? That's not a thing. I think you're crazy. Anyway.
There is no emotion in her eyes as she looks on.
I'm assuming this is me. Alright.
Or maybe it's Archer. I think there's someone else here. Can we play the voice?
I don't think it's got that option.
There's a Z. Is that not doing anything?
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
Okay.
I think if all the voices are turned off, then it won't do anything.
You said nobody would see from this vantage, didn't you, Ryder?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh yeah, that was her.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said nobody would see from this vantage, didn't you, Ryder?
The wind unfurls from her blade. It becomes a storm.
I agree. There's no need to worry about destroying the ground from so high up.
The seal is broken. Layers of wind unfold from the blade. Her sword is finally visible. But we probably don't get to see it yet. The storm rages before my eyes. The white light descends upon the rooftop. Saber, though she is the sole focus of that light, doesn't move. Again, I don't know who's... Again, I have to think that this is Shirou right now. Saber! The raging wind, she's the source! No, not Saber herself. Her sword!
Oh my god! That's the hottest thing I've ever seen! Says Shirou, talking about the sword.
I want that! I can't believe what I'm seeing. The blade should be invisible, but there it is. Like unwrapping bandages, the wind slowly coils away from the blade.
See, invisibility isn't really real, Shirou. It's just bending light around things.
Golden sword? The wind rages on. The multiple layers of seals peel away. The bands of wind dissolve into the air. She readies her now visible sword and turns back towards Pegasus as it dives towards her. Ryder approaches as a brilliant flare of light.
Dang, I hope nobody is up late right now.
Bellerophon is now large enough to engulf the entire rooftop and is only picking up speed. So he don't... like... Because there's no way he heard her say Bellerophon, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. Bellerophon is now large enough to engulf the entire rooftop. He's only picking up speed to destroy us, building and all. Unless this is Shinji. Which doesn't seem right. Bridal of chivalry lights up the rooftop.
Thank you for the lurk.
Time stops. In the face of inescapable destruction, my mind goes blank. But the light is not coming from the bridal of chivalry. The light churns and builds upon itself. The light of Ryder's mount is brilliant, but it can't hold a candle to the purity I see in this one.
It's so hot!
Saber is holding the ultimate sacred sword that has collected the lights of the stars.
Excuse? Yeah! Let's go! I can't yell it correctly right now, I'm sorry.
You cut out completely, so it's not like you could hear it anyway.
Yay!
That should be the next thing on our to-buy lists. Microphones we can scream into.
Yeah. Excuse? Yeah! Let's go.
There we go. Okay, so I guess we're putting this mystery to bed right now.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
I knew this was gonna happen. I remember this scene, so. It's the very important scene. It's important for us to get the identity out of the way. So that we can romance him.
Looks the same as mine! A single line of brilliant light. It's a blade of light, shearing through everything it touches.
Fun fact, guys, this sword is made by fairies, and that, well, at least the power that involves in the sword is made by fairies, and that the only reason that our Earth exists is because they decided to complete it and not get lazy, like in that one Lost Belt where they decided not to make the sacred sword. And then something called Sephir or something destroyed the entire world, but I don't know what that is. Anyway.
The beam of light destroys Ryder utterly as it cleaves through the clouds and disappears into the night sky. Most likely, if that sword had been used on the ground, it would have carved a trail of devastation through the city. Her sword is not unseeable. It simply does not reveal itself. It is the golden sword that captivates all who behold it, with a true name of surpassing fame. And
also, apparently some lady in the lake is the one who distributes these swords, you know? So anyway.
That's just how they hold their elections in Britain.
Mm-hmm.
Excalibur, the sword of promised victory. A sword that is said to have existed in England. A sword wielded by a king who has become the very symbol of knighthood. The strongest of the servant's noble phantasms, sealed by several bounded fields.
Also, by the way, us Japanese people also have a version of King Arthur, but I doubt that he'll ever be important in the series.
Yeah. That is Saber's proof of her place as a hero. Silence falls over the rooftop.
New servant data found it. I wonder who for.
Probably for two people.
Mm-hmm.
The wind has died down, and not so much as a breeze whispers across the rooftop. I stand, dazed in place. I can't approach Saber. She's a king, but she's a girl. How? I'm still too confused to act. Or maybe I'm just captivated by her sword.
That tracks.
Yeah, that tracks. On brand. On brand.
On brand.
My mind is racing, and I can't seem to think of much that makes sense. Why does she have that sword? That golden sword belongs to a famous knightly king. Everyone knows who. As I try to figure out how she came to have something like that, I realize my mind is doing everything it can to deny the simplest of possible answers.
What? There's no way that she's that dude. That's crazy. Oh.
I don't need to be making all these assumptions. The sword's always been hers. And that's why her true name is so easy to figure out. The owner of that sacred sword can only have one name. Saber remains motionless where she stands.
And just so you all know, despite what this game says that her name is, it is Arturia. I will not stand for any slander who uses the new variation of the name that they are trying to make us use.
Personally, I always liked what Fate Zero used in the dub, Artoria, over Arturia. I should approach her, but my body won't listen.
Hang on, let me, I will write it out, because sometimes when you say it, it sounds like it's the same thing, but it is not the same. So we used to use this name in all of the stuff, even in English versions of the games, until a recent thing happened, and now we use... I like how the wiki is also refusing to acknowledge the new change in the name. Oh. Let me see if I can find it.
It's Altria or something like that, isn't it?
Something Altria. I just need to find the spelling, because there it is. This is the new spelling of what they used in the name. And this is what you mean by this is wrong. This is the new spelling of the name that they use, and it's disgusting. And it doesn't help because there's a character who they gave a similar name to. For Attila, they use Altria as well, I believe. And so
it's Altera.
Altera. And it makes it very confusing because they decided to go with this. So because they decided to go with this pairing, and they had which is hilarious because they still used Atoria in Extella, I believe. It's only in FGO that they changed it.
It was so weird because, like, everyone was like, it kind of threw everyone for a loop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny though because, like, she shows up so little.
Yeah.
In, like, the Grand Order stories, at least in the first part, that, like, I had completely forgotten that they had changed her name.
Well, they technically didn't change her name. This is the way that Natsu writes it for some reason what it is it wasn't this was the way that it writes it. I believe there was an error at some point for, like, the English promotion of the game, and just to cover up that there was a mistake, he went, oh yeah, no, that's how we write it. Yep, that's how we do it.
Thanks, Natsu.
Thanks, Natsu, for defending these effers who don't want to spell check their jobs. Anyway, Shirou's been told many times that Artori is a heroic spirit, but he just doesn't believe it.
But now that I've seen for myself that she is indeed a great hero of the past, I hesitate to even get close to her.
Ah!
I hear a shriek!
I think it's Shinji.
I think it was probably Shinji. Something is burning in the shadows. I turn to look. I see a burning book slowly dissolving into a pile of ash, and... It's burning! My command spells are burning! I see Shinji cringing as he watches the book burn. Shinji. He must have realized how much trouble he's in now that Ryder has been defeated. Shinji turns and sprints towards the exit from the rooftop. Kenny!
Alright, sorry, my brain reversed that in my head. The sprints to the rooftop from the exit, I'm like, what? Shows that I'm slowly losing my barnacles.
He leaps at the door to the stairway. Wait, Shinji! I can't let him get away again. The moment I turn to pursue Shinji, just out of the corner of my eye, I see Saber collapse.
No, Saber, we only have a few of those that we can use.
My mind stops. Shinji is fleeing, and Saber has fallen to the ground.
Unless we hook up with a certain girl who then we do the tango, and then we can... Then you have plenty of energy, Saber, but for now... That's not the route we're on. Anyway.
I should...
We need to... Shinji, well, he's useless now. We need to save Victoria, clearly.
We've also gone for an hour. You still feel like going on?
I think we should probably stop here.
Okay. We'll stop here.
I'm sorry, guys.
We got through a major plot point. It feels like we've accomplished something.
Something was accomplished. I'm sorry. I would have loved... I really do want to complete this game. I really do enjoy all of this. And I want to get through the first route with all of you guys. But Cherry is dying. Cherry, Cherry cannot breathe properly. Cherry, I can only assume from here we're gonna go back home and then Rin's gonna start talking. And I can't even do my normal voice for Rin because I'm so congested. So we're gonna call it here. We'll see you tomorrow night. We're gonna play Clue. Hopefully I'll be much better tomorrow night. I can only hope that this was just a 24-hour thing, but who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, everybody.